Come back later. Hey, Dad's Vintage Garage. It's Dad's, John, and Kendall's here, and Brady's in the back. It's Thursday night. We hadn't done a live in a while. And let's see, we got a busy weekend. Kendall and Caroline are going to New Bern. And Grandmommy for Princess Weekend. And the boys are chosen.
We're not going to the lake house?
No, I said you're going down to New Bern.
Yeah, New Bern.
And so anyway, we just thought we'd get on and talk a little bit. I'm going to pull up the YouTube side of things. I'll keep that. Yeah, Tommy and Tracy are on live on the other channel. So I didn't want to step on their toes, but also Kendall wanted to maybe do a live a little bit. So I said, oh, let's just pop on. Right, Brady? So Brady has been working on his spelling words for tomorrow. What are they, like? Beautiful. What else? Thoughtful. Restless. What?
No, thoughtfulness.
Thoughtfulness. Some crazy words. But anyway, he's got him down. He's a smart boy. I think. We're having.
Can you try this?
Yeah, hold on a second. Yeah. All right, let me get this chat off, Brady, just to see if anybody pops in. I don't know if anybody's going to pop in because it's kind of unannounced. All right, what are we doing? Tie this here, just like in a knot. So I think I'm going to pull the trigger on the Christmas show. We're going to do that. It's a $150 booth fee. I don't know if I'm just creating more work for myself. You gonna put on any price?
$150 booth.
Yeah, $150 booth fee. What do you think, Brady?
Snack noodles.
You what?
I said, Dad, look, you didn't tie it.
It did. It's just gonna come undone. She messed up my earplugs. So that's what's going on. So Friday, let me see. I was gonna work on a cadaver table.
We have only release. We have only release. I'm ready to vent vines.
Shut. It's Cooper's because you don't even want to say vineyard vines.
Yes, I do. Vineyard vines.
You say vineyard.
So I've got a stainless steel table with caster wheels that I've got to put on it, and I want to put some boards on top. And so I had planed some boards to put on top. Yeah, hold on, Brady. I'm tying the thing. So, I forgot to say, I'm like a part-time reseller. Live in Virginia. Got 3 kiddos. They're all in elementary school. Well, 2 in elementary school and 1 in middle school. Platform I use is eBay, and then I do some marketplace. And then every couple months, I might participate in a flea market, a home show, resell. Mainly focus on hard goods. I started off selling originally when I first started reselling. I learned how to resell on eBay with vacuum cleaner bags and DVDs. Vacuum cleaner bags because it's easy. We're not breakable, under £1 to ship, and DVDs because it was media and it was cheap shipping. So not a lot of money in it, but it taught me how to kind of get started in it. So my biggest issue with reselling is I'm not consistent on listing. And if I could get my listing down, I think I'd have a pretty profitable business. So I can tell you some things what not to do. All right, cut those off, Brady. All right, so back to my little.
His name Brady.
Yeah, I've got three kiddos.
Brady, Cooper, and Kendall.
So.
Kendall's a bad one.
No, I'm not.
No, she's not. All right, so back to the. So we've got the stainless steel base here. I've got my 2 boards, but the grain in the wood is, if I just put those side by side, it would look messed up. So what I'm going to do is take the lesser of 2 evils and cut that board in half. And then I'm going to sandwich the big board in between the 2 smaller boards like that. And on the underneath side, I'm going to put screw from the underneath side like 3 cross braces. And then on the bottom shelf, going to do this similar thing, except it's going to have like a little corner notch to go around the legs of the table. So it's going to be kind of like that to slide down in the bottom shelf. So that's the goal. I've had wood sitting out in my driveway for about 5 years. I'm trying to get it cleaned out. We're trying to get enough room cleaned out of our garage to pull a golf cart in and out so we can have the golf cart back up from the lake and decorate it up for Halloween to drive around and all that. I got to order some batteries for that too. So that's what's going on with the cadaver table. So that should be one of the things I'm going to put in the Christmas show. Kendall is talking about doing some keychains. So we're going to do some keychains with some rings. I've got to order those probably most likely on Amazon Prime to get those coming in quickly because we are about 4 weeks out from the show. I was really debating on whether to do the show or not, but last time we did the show, we did pretty good. And so investing $150 in the booth, I'll get that back hopefully like 7-8 fold, hopefully. But I've got to have merchandise, so then it's like, am I creating more work for myself? But also I'm thinking that even if it is more work, if I can make $800,000 it should be good because I'm not doing that right now. That's roughly my sales at about $1,000 a month in eBay. Not good. So all right, Kendall, what do you want to talk about? Come on over.
Is anybody in?
No. Is that sad? Are you sad? I'm not sad because then I don't have to worry about what I'm saying. All right, Kendall, can you talk a little bit? I'm going to go get a carbonated drink out in the garage.
Yeah.
So, if any of you are watching it later, I had a great telemarketing call today. I had a guy call me, and it was for credit cards. And I was like, hey, how are you doing? Oh, great day. Thank you for calling. La, la, la. And got me over to the service department. And it was India or Pakistan or whatever. I kept them on for 5 minutes, 21 seconds before I finally said that I couldn't slow down. I couldn't slow down to get the credit cards out of my pocket. The last time I swerved, I got a reckless driving ticket, and I've been told, and plus I couldn't really, the cards were maxed out, and I couldn't put anything else on the cards. And I said, but it's been great talking to you. I said, and I said I maxed them out on what did I tell them? Funko Pops and incontinent pads for the bed at Walmart the other night. They were on clearance, and my wife's not supposed to know about it. And my first, I was just telling them a big story. It was fun. I had a lot of fun with them. I was thinking about recording it and all that. And then I ran into a guy that does wholesale T-shirts at Chick-fil-A, and he was an installer. He was from Ghana, and he was an installer for Lowe's, and he did a dishwasher for me. And then we figured out he was a reseller, and he still sends containers to Africa of clothing because there's really not many manufacturers over there, and so they've got to import everything. And he's got a great clothing business. He's got a sales team or business partners over there that he drops. Got a nice lifestyle over there, nice house, nice cars. But he lives here in the U.S. and he ships the containers over there, and it's his business. So, and he's got some buddies here in town that are trying to do flea market and all that, and it's just like the clothing is competitive market. You got to be excited about it, I guess. That's one thing I'm just not excited about, reselling clothing, right, Brady? So I don't have many clothing listings. So got a few people popping in, Brady. Nobody's in the chat. Anybody want to pop in the chat and let us know who's hanging out with us?
Who is?
I don't know. I'll put a there we go. We'll put it in the if anybody wants to pop in. So anyway, it was neat seeing him. He was laughing about, he had told some of his buddies about about the telemarketing calls and all that. And now I mess with telemarketers. So, all right, Kendall, what do you want to say? This is your little chit chat thing. You said you want to go live, so
Okay.
Come on over.
Well,
Why don't you tell them about your little slumber party, and I will go get.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
All right, I'm gonna go get me a little carbonated water. Okay.
My birthday party. If you didn't see on the video crafting video, you should go check it out. And I'm gonna show you one of my things that my dad made. If you haven't checked it out, so and I'll show you Brady's if you want to see it. Oh, that's sad. Let me show it. Okay. Brady's just really annoying. But here it is. He put a 3 because he has 3 children. If you're asking, I'm doing a little experiment. If you're asking why I have gloves on, I'm just doing something that needs gloves. Then he put a D because he's a dad. And then put a 5 because 5 people in a family. He put a sport because he has lots of sports.
Speak up, yeah, speak up. So I can hear you.
He put a J because he has a J. He put an M because he.
All right. Are you done?
Yeah.
All right, cool, man.
Daddy, when did you get
So,
and when did you get another one of these things?
last time I was over at the store.
Is a phone in it?
You what?
What if a phone was in it? Did you give it to me?
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
No, you give it to me.
So hopefully this is entertaining to somebody. We're just sitting around spending family time, doing a little bit. I've got a whole pile of papers I've got to sort through. And then if you can see over there, that's my little photo studio. I'm trying to list a couple items a day. There's old Brady Boo. If you can look on it, we draw on our table because we're getting ready to replace it. There's a crazy unicorn I drew.
What is this?
And then there, Brady, there's his, what's that symbol, Brady?
A crystal.
Just your symbol?
No, it's a crystal. Daddy, it's a crystal.
Oh, it's a crystal.
Whoa! What does this mean?
So,
Let me draw over this unicorn.
so I'm big time, getting my list going, realizing the show's going to be here in about 4 weeks. Got different projects. Hopefully we'll get a lot done this weekend. I gave the boys a choice. I think I'd already mentioned this, of doing 3 things. They could go to the Folk Festival downtown Richmond, which is a really fun event. They weren't interested in that. They could do a yard sale at Chesterfield Berry Farm, which is the pumpkin farm in our area, and they get a lot of traffic. That's with my buddy, just junk dealer, Chick-fil-A friend, Ricky. Weren't interested in that. Or they could clean the garage out and clean and reorganize the shed. And that's what they decided they wanted to do. So Saturday morning, we're going to get up and we're going to go start working on the shed. I think we'll focus on the shed first and just kind of clean everything out of that shed and kind of organize it back in. I mean, we've got rakes, we've got snow shovels, we've got bikes, we've got bats, balls, stadium chairs. What else? We got bike pump, all that stuff. So that's that. So hey, Darlene, if you're just popping in, I'm sure you saw this, but let me show you. This was mine that I did when we.
I just showed it.
I know, but she just popped in the chat. So Darlene, this is our artwork that we did for the little collages we did for Kendall's slumber party. And this is the one that I put together. I'm really proud of it. I thought it turned out pretty nice. It's kind of 3-dimensional. It's got that Mickey Mouse hand holding a chess piece. And it's a Melissa and Doug puzzle tray repurposed. So I'm hoping I can get on if any of you are all watching this at a later date, Norgus R's got a great channel, and she's got regularly scheduled programming during the week. And I think Tuesday is art therapy art day, and everybody that kind of joins on the live and does their art project. I'm hoping I can sit down and be still enough to start participating in that, because it is kind of therapeutic and relaxed. So that was that. But so we were talking about, so they're going to clean the shed out, and they don't know it. But then one of the guys is one of my new friends in my men's group is cleaning out, helping somebody move and cleaning out. And they were going to give, oh yeah. And Friday for Norgus R's channel, it is hat day, and it's a lot of fun. Just, it's good. Like, I guess, if you're waking up, you got to go to work, you got something going on, just the chit chat in the background, and it's positive, and none of the negative news or politics or, we were talking today, one of the hosts at Chick-fil-A, he's a retired airline pilot, and he's working at Chick-fil-A just to kind of have some social interaction and all that. And he said, we're kind of spoiled here in America. It's like all what's going on around the world in that part of the region in the Middle East, and what's going on in Syria with Turkey, and whether you agree with what our country or what our president decided and what we did or not, I'm sitting in Chick-fil-A drinking an iced tea or eating a chicken sandwich. I mean, and I'm thinking all those families that are fleeing and those kids that it's just heartbreaking. But it's like they have got to solve that, not us, So that's all I'm going to say on that. It's just frustrating. It's frustrating, and the kids are so innocent. It's childlike faith. They're having to deal with it no matter what, because they were born into that area. And all we've got to learn is like spelling words, and make sure we signed our kids' notebooks that they did their homework, and make sure Kindle does her 20 minutes reading a day that we haven't been doing.
Yes, I have.
Oh, you have Kindle?
Yeah, I have.
Have you been reading to me though?
No, because you don't like me.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's why I don't read to you.
We will see. So, and then you go around and do your deal, whatever you're working. This week I had some actually handyman projects. I had to pull a toilet. The rental house I take care of for somebody, one of the missionaries at church. The renter called me. He's, a matter of fact, a manager of the thrift store, but he called me and said that the wax ring was leaking. And there's two types of leaks you can have on a toilet: a pressurized leak, which is the supply line going up into the tank, or non-pressure leak, which is either a tank leak, which is the compartment that stores the water, or the wax ring leak. And he said it was a wax ring leak. And knock on wood, for some reason, something told me, no, it wasn't a wax ring. It was the tank washers and the tank gasket, the little rubber gasket that connects the tank to the base. And so we ended up fixing that, and hopefully we won't have any more problems. But anyway, that was my handyman project for this week, and we've got more. So back to Saturday. So Saturday, the boys were working on the shed, the garage, and then at 10 o'clock we're supposed to go over and help clean out this house, and we might be getting a treadmill out of that, and maybe some other stuff. I think the guy was going to haul the stuff to the dump, so we'll see what we come home with. And then Cooper's got a rancher that house that he's been cleaning their gutters for how long, Brady? At least 3 years, hasn't it been? So when he was like 8 or 9, I would let him get up on the ladder and clean the gutters. It's just a rancher. But she still calls me. That's one of my customers from my old handyman business. Her name's Pat, and Pat's a retired librarian, and she calls me, and we go over there and set up the ladder, and I hold the ladder, and Cooper gets up there and cleans the gutters. And I don't even have to go up there and check anymore, because there's Kendall. Did you grab my phone, Kendall? Probably so.
Why?
But he cleans the gutters. So we're going to clean the gutters on that. That's probably going to be between 3 and 5. And then we're talking about if we're working really good as a team, I might take them to Drive Shack, and we might do a little guys' night out at one of the Richmond just had 2 triple deck driving ranges, GPS or whatever, where they track the balls as they go out into the down range or whatever you call it, and it's kind of neat. So that's what we might do. And
I'm going to Newburgh.
yeah, and Kendall's doing Princess Weekend with the girls.
Because my grandma, my aunt, and me have like the whole birthday weekends because they're so close in October.
Hold on a second. Let me drink my drink. You drink. Wait, stop. So then on Sunday.
Can you go get one?
No, you can go get one.
No,
You're a big girl. Or ask your brother to go get one.
Yeah, Brady, go get them.
Oh, there's one right there. There's a grapefruit one right there. So then Sunday, Cooper's got his hit doctors has got a tournament up in Atlee. So we've got baseball, and Caroline will be back, driving back from New Bern and probably going to the second game for that. So
yeah.
So it's a busy weekend. So, Darlene, I saw that your birthday was today on my Facebook. You want to sing her happy birthday, Kendall? Sing her.
No, you too. Happy
birthday, Darlene. I was going to send you a messenger message, and I just haven't done it.
Happy birthday.
You are. I don't want to mention, but you're looking great on your show. Honestly, you're looking vibrant, and you've got. I keep saying it's your ministry, but I really feel like it is your ministry. So it's kind of neat. You really feel a need. Oh my gosh, Kendall, you're a piece of work. So did you do anything special for your birthday, Darlene, or did you like it like just chill? Sometimes it's nice just to chill.
I had to do work all day.
You did?
At school.
So Kendall, so she let's see what's going on. Stop, Kendall. She's got school tomorrow, and then they're leaving by like 2 or 3. Is mommy pulling?
No, 1.
Is she pulling you out of school?
No, out of school. We're getting out of one.
Oh, that's right, because it's early release for a teacher workday. I forgot all about that. So, cheerleaders for Christ. That's right. So,
I won't be at my cheerleading.
Caffeinate Christy, welcome in. We're just hanging out. We're not. Hey, all. There's like 3 of us, I think, in the chat. I know Tommy and Tracy are doing their show, and I'm not competition for them. Kendall wanted to get in and do a live, and I kind of want to like.
Because I wanted to see you guys.
Oh my gosh, Kendall, you're like it's it's like not that it's just like almost like when the kids want to go and they don't want to do it often, but when they do want to maybe go see my mom in the nursing home, you got to do it. And it's like when she wants to do a live, just got to do it. So it's kind of like we're documenting our story. So I'm getting back to listing. It's Christmas time.
No, it's not.
It is for retail. So we're starting to think about, kind of what I want to clean out. I'm not really sourcing a lot out in public for any resellers.
It's Christmas time.
Yeah, those are
Who
some.
wants this?
Don't be giving that away yet.
Yes, right now. 3 people.
All right, who's got a?
4 people eyes.
Oh my gosh. Does anybody got a wrench? Caffeinate Christy, did you get that guy? Some guy just popped in the chat. That's just, we want to keep things positive here. Did you get it? Hey, Darlene, I'm going to give you the responsibility of a wrench too. That's what's sad is politics and government versus just people. Most people, Americans, I think, just want to everybody to get along. Everybody has a right to nationalism and all that, and I don't ever want to project America as the greatest because I've traveled a lot around the world, and countries like Romania and Germany and Japan and Peru, South America, and every country is special and the people are special. What happens is that governments and politics and trying, I don't want to get into the politics. You guys, you know what the right thing is. So, Oh my gosh, I've got 3 people in the chat, and then we've got to have you've got to have Mr. Negative.
My hands hurt.
So
These are my hands.
all right, Kendall.
We're gonna play rock.
Go brush your teeth, please.
No, we're gonna play rock paper scissors. No, them versus me. Ready?
Hold on, Kendall. Oh,
Okay. After I do it, you guys.
I don't know. Yeah, don't worry about it.
What? Don't
That's the
worry
neat thing about
what?
America is, and I guess media is it's the free speech and all that. But it's just like,
I got scissors.
I mean, are we clueless, or is there hope that we can all get along one day? You know?
You got what?
Oh my gosh, and leave the kids out of it if you can.
Okay.
Respectfully,
Rock,
sir.
paper.
A gentleman's agreement. Please. All right, Kendall, chill.
I'm showing them.
I know.
Yeah. So this was out of my dad's
All right,
junk.
Kendall. Thanks, Kendall.
And he has so much. This was out of his clutter too. Crazy.
Oh man.
Dad, look. I just did this 2 times.
I don't even not sure what the T word is. Oh, she's a mama's girl. Brady's my guy. Right, Brady? And then Cooper's mama's boy, most likely.
And
So,
I'm Mama.
all right, so go put that over on the table so we can hopefully get that moved out. Get your drinks and move those away from the computer so we don't spill those.
Well, that's your
Put this back over on the thing to get that going, please.
cleaning.
Yep, we're cleaning out.
I hate cleaning.
So, a matter of fact, I hate to, or not hate to say it, but Turkey's one of my countries that I'd love to, kind of on my bucket list to go. I understand it's a beautiful country. Most places in the world are beautiful. I guess it's human beings that ruin it for everybody. So, all right, I gotta stop. I don't want to offend anybody. Come on, man. Let's just chill. So tomorrow's hat day. I know I've got to get out. Tomorrow's hat day. That's not to change the subject, but tomorrow's hat day. I've got to get up. I actually had a great reseller experience. I had listed some, Darlene, Peruvian finger puppets, and I had 2 Supermans, a Batman, Incredible Hawk, and maybe 2 Incredible Hawks. So it's like 5 different finger puppets. I could not find that order. I don't know where it is. I don't know what was up.
I know where it is.
Where is it?
It's in your junk pile.
Kindle. Okay. So anyway, honesty is the best way. So I just said, hey, I said respectfully, this is an honest text. I cannot find your finger puppets. I will not have any more until I go to Peru again. This is what inventory I have left. And I had a Bart Simpson family finger puppets that I had listed on a platform, and they got pulled for, I guess, trademark violation. The Christmas with the Santas, the angels, and the wise men, and then I had some Supermen and an Incredible Hulk. And thank goodness he said he would love to have the Simpsons, which was great because I couldn't list it on the platform. And so I ended up sending him the Simpsons and a Superman and a Hawk just to be happy. Thanks for working with us. And that was a blessing in disguise to get that, so I wouldn't have to cancel the order and all that. It's trademark. It was because it wasn't I guess a licensed product, because it had like down in South America they copy a lot of the, I've got Elmos and I've got SpongeBob's and What other ones have I had? Superman, Batman, all those different ones, and they're not trademarked, or you haven't paid a licensing fee. So I can respect that and understand that. It's a representation, so you got to sell it as like Simpson-like, I guess. So anyway, so I was glad to get it out. We're in clean-out mode now. Haven't moved any big stuff, but we're slowly getting the small stuff in the shelf. My resale shelf is, kind of cleaning up a little bit. I could fit more stuff on there, and I've just got to be consistent every day, doing stuff. So looking at my hand language and all that. Yeah, but I used to joke about those things because they were like, I couldn't pay my mortgage with them, but I used to do shows with those. I'd make a couple $100, or I would do, I'd make instead of a flower bouquet, I'd made this round wooden circle, and then I drilled out dowels, and I stuck all the finger puppets on the dowels, and then put a bunch in the middle, and I would sell those to like bank managers when they had their like Christmas party, and they would set it on the table, and people would pick out which finger puppet they wanted, and it was a popular little thing at one time. That was before I got married, so that was about 15 years ago. So I'm down to about 50 of those finger puppets left, but they were nice little, they were easy to pack and all that. I'll probably pick out the good ones and put them in a Christmas show, and maybe even put a string on them for like hanging ornaments. Maybe. Gosh, we've been talking for 30 minutes. Darling, you got to go to bed, man. Birthday girl. Come on, you got a show tomorrow. Go to bed. I can talk to a wall. Hopefully I'm not boring, but I can talk like paint drying. All right, Brady, tell me something good. What's up, buddy?
He's drawing.
It's what?
That's good.
Kendall, bring me can you bring me a bag or something over here so I can throw away some of the stuff?
Yeah.
Please.
I got a bag. I'm so excited.
Honestly, darling, I've been taking a little bit of a social media break. One, because it occupies a lot of time, and two, I was just kind of realizing I was in almost like a electronics days, on watching that stuff. So, all right. So, Caffeinated Christy, you don't have to stick around either. We're just chatting as a family, kind of sorting through. I'm getting more done sitting here talking to you guys than I would if I didn't have you on live. And if anybody's watching, great. And if not, that's great too. I know everybody's got stuff to do. What, why do I keep this?
What?
This old book. Yeah, I don't know why.
Because this is when you were a child and you need to keep.
Tiffany, you'll have to help me out sometime because I'm still like kind of a caveman with all this stuff. We just kind of went on StreamYard and just did the thing. I did go over to Tommy and Tracy's and just said Kendall wanted to go live. And so we just went live, and I'm just sitting here sorting and all that. But how's school going? I know you're doing school and you're getting ramped up for fourth quarter, or you're already ramped up. I know you're already done. You probably got about 4 more weeks, and then that's it, I think, because you got to get it all in, and then it's got to be ready to rock and roll. So I think I was in the buy box on my Nike headbands this week and sent out a couple. But no way. No way. It's just like Amazon's not the focus. I wish I would get excited about it. Had a good mentor to maybe help me push me along a little bit. But anyway, so hey, Joy's here.
Who?
Joy, Be the Difference.
Oh yeah, Joy.
Yeah.
I know her.
Are you going to come say hi? And Tiffany's here too.
Yeah.
So
hi, people.
thank y'all for sending Kendall birthday wishes. We even had somebody send her a card. We haven't opened it yet. We'll have to open it sometime.
No, right now.
No, I wanted to make sure we had permission to open it first before we did. And I sent
Can
her.
I see it?
It's over on the counter.
Where?
So.
Like where? Like in the camera. Where? Where?
Oh, it's probably in this pile right here somewhere.
Yeah.
I have to find it. But chill out. Hey, come here and say hi really quick. So,
Hi.
Joy, which she's going to ask you, have you done your dream board? Have we done our dream boards, Brady? No. Does Daddy need to do a dream board? Yes.
But he doesn't have time.
So, hey, so let me show you. This is some stuff that, like, the clutter, and I keep saying respectfully clutter. So I still have the receipt. This is one of my Peru trips, January, February, March, April, May 2nd of 2006. So how long is that, Brady? 13 years ago, I bought these for $20.70, 20 soles. So what's the exchange rate
So much smaller.
on the soles, Brady?
Oh, yeah,
Do we know?
Look that.
Okay, no, I'm going to have to go through all that mail.
That's so much bills.
I don't have any bills. Try not to. Oh, they kind of wired shut. But anyway, so here's what they are, though.
It's not.
Y'all can see it? Mickey Mouse drawer pulls. So
It feels like something's in
that was in
there.
the finger puppet box.
Who's it from?
So,
Dad, who's it from?
oh, Destiny's in the house.
Dad, who's it from?
What? Myra. Elaine.
Elaine. Who's Elaine?
So here's what Kendall's birthday present is. The best thing is that she says hand stamp, please, and none of the stamps got hand stamped. So all these are like, it's $2.50 right there, just sitting on the envelope. But we got to get permission to open it on live. Kendall, let's hold off, okay?
Look.
Oh, it's cool.
Daddy? Dad?
What? What?
I know. I got to keep her. I
What?
don't know. We'll have to figure it out. I'm kind of like butting heads with her mom, though.
Yeah,
We got to realize how, kind of keep everything safe
Dad, can you mean a mess?
and all that. What'd she do? So, yeah, Destiny, I've got a pile of, or I've got to find, I've got some shamrock stuff. And my in-laws just got back from Ireland and they brought me a little wishing stone or a little rubbing worry stone or whatever. And it's gone into the Destiny pile. So I've just got to get it all piled up and share it with you guys. So, and I got my, where'd the mail go for today? I can undo this one maybe. I finally got my,
Sorry, Dad.
oh, good night, Brady.
Dad, I want to open it.
Where's today's mail, Kendall? Stop. I finally got, when we did the benefit auction for Just Sandy, I had a flub up. When I was doing my crazy bidding that night, I didn't send the money to the correct account. And so it got rejected back. And then I finally got it sent off to Sandy. And then I got in the mail today, but I don't know where it is. Where's our mail today, Kendall?
Mm.
Where do we put it?
Probably in the mailbox.
No, I brought it in somewhere, but anyway. So I finally got that trinket. It was a little smiley face thing. So that was cool. We did. So I'm excited about that. I told y'all the story about messing with the telemarketer today. Y'all know we're friends. I sleep with a CPAP machine, which is that, the thing that goes over your face. I call it, it's the birth control machine, because when you sleep like Darth Vader, there ain't much going on. So, but anyway, the CPAP supply place called me, and I come across a lot of, not a lot, but you're doing estate sales and all that, and you come across supplies and you can pick them up pretty cheap. And I like being a responsible consumer with my health insurance. So the lady said, you're due for, a new cushion, 3 cushions, a new mask, a new
Can I take this off?
hose, a new water reservoir, filters. And I said, okay, I don't need new hoses. Well, you do need them. I said, no, I don't. I said, I get plenty of hoses. So I rejected that. And then the cushions are great, but I don't necessarily need the mask. The mask is, it's plastic, man. Nothing goes wrong with that. All right, hand me the thing. Yeah. She really wants to get in this, Myra, but I want to get your permission before so we can open it on air. Look at her. She's like, look at how excited she is over there. She wants to open that present. So she said, okay, you haven't gotten supplies since November. So we get supplies on that. Oh, the other thing is I paid my Kohl's bill or Caroline's Kohl's bill, and I think it was due yesterday, and the bank put it in today. And Kohl's is notorious, and we pay it off every month when we do have a balance. They're notorious. You're like 1 minute late past midnight, and they charge you like a $30, $35 late fee, and then it's like, oh, you got to go through the effort to call them, and it's frustrating. That's a good way for us not to shop at Kohl's anymore. They start causing trouble with that. So I don't know if anybody wants to pop in. I did put the here. I'll share the link if anybody's interested in popping in, hanging out for just a few minutes. You don't have to stay. Well, I always seem to like when I'm cleaning up, I find money too, so that's kind of cool. One of the reasons. What chill? What chilling? What are you talking about?
Bed.
Oh yeah, for now. So Kendall, we still got to collect $20 for mums. Put that on the counter for mommy, please. Hey Glenn, Swamp Picker, how are you, man? I don't even know what's on the schedule with football this weekend.
Football.
Yeah. Do you want anybody interested in a JoJo Siwa plate? Be you. I think she'll eventually grow out of it.
Yeah.
You think you'll always love JoJo Siwa?
Yeah.
All right, here you go. What are you going to do with that? Put it up, please. What else I got going on? We got an Acadia that was a handy-down when my dad passed away.
Let me see.
And we've had airbag issues that the dealership wouldn't fix. That's one thing I think you should never have to worry about as a consumer is airbags. So they should, basically be able to back those up. Long story short, they were going to charge me $700 to tear my car apart before they'd even give me a price to what it cost to fix it. And the airbag had been recalled once, and supposedly they had done a fix. I was a little bit hot, but I was over. I got tired of arguing with them. I said, if you feel like that I'm going to drive my family in the car. I'm tired of messing with y'all. I'm not paying you $700 to tear my car apart. So, but anyway, now we're having it gets kind of clunky sometimes when you put it in gear for drive. And so I'm going to pay somebody just not the dealer. I'm not a big fan of dealers. Local Jim's auto transmission place to take a look at the transmission and diagnose. So
Let me see that.
let's see. Oh, we're gonna have somebody's gonna have a perfect record, and somebody's gonna lose a game this week with LSU and Florida Gators. I'm cheering for LSU on that one. The little bit I know about football and some of those rivalry games.
My dad's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know much about football, do I, Kendall? So what else? What else we want to talk about? Warfin. Let's talk about
Dad,
Warfin. What?
So when I
Warfin Kuminen. So
when I come back tomorrow morning and I feel the degrees, that camera That is not facing me.
Oh, I know, because I had the computer flipped around and the camera was flipped around and it was pointing toward Kindle, so she was worried about it. So I was going through. I got my warfarin refilled, and it was like pulling teeth trying to get. I do like 11 milligrams a day to keep my. Oh, so Glenn, I went in there and I saw the guy, and it was $65 to diagnose it, and I was like, okay, do it. So I've got to basically drop it off one day next week. And I just want the peace of mind that there's, if I need to be putting a different fluid in it or something like that. And he sounded like that the Acadius, he said, oh, yeah, you got an Acadia. He said, we've looked at those. So might be an issue, might not. We'll see. But, yeah, they can take you to the cleaners on it. I'm hoping it. He said 65, so I'm hoping he sticks to that. We'll see. So back to my Coumadin talk. Yeah, I do 11 milligrams, and it's just like, it shouldn't be a headache to just, it's something I'm going to take the rest of my life. I do my INRs and all that. What are you doing, Brady? Just my 5th grader right here. We had a little talk with Brady today. Right, Brady? You want to tell him what's going on? He's my buddy, man. He's smart. He didn't want to lead on. He's smart. But he kind of flies by the seat of his pants like his daddy does sometimes. So he didn't want. He's gonna be busting it though, working hard in school because he doesn't want to lose baseball. Right, Brady? He enjoys baseball, so that's his little Achilles heel, I guess. So, all right. So I'm gonna recycle that book. That's going in the. Let's put that in the lending library. Mommy's going to have a pile. Let's do Mommy's pile. So I think y'all I'm just chatting on my life and stuff going on. We went through, I basically dumped Verizon, my cell service with Verizon and went with Sprint. I haven't been totally happy with Sprint, but what I am happy with is that we've got 5 lines and unlimited data, and we're paying less than $120, and we didn't pay. I think I'm leasing 2 phones maybe, but it's still under $120. And we got a statement in, and I got $500 in for those 5, $100 a line. So I was real worried about getting that stuff because they promise you something and they don't always deliver. And we ended up getting that $500. So that kind of takes a little bite out of it. I'm not totally happy with it because when I'm out RA and sometimes I've got to reboot my internet or whatever, but it's perfect for Caroline's very patient with her phone, and then it's perfect, of course, with the kids because I don't want them to have perfect service because then they can download everything. Did you put YouTube on your phone, Brady? No, sir? Nope. Perfect. So today I had one of the restaurants sometimes I do some maintenance work for some of the restaurants here in town. And basically work at a food trade out unless I've got an expense, like out-of-pocket expense, and then they reimburse me cash on that. But I had to buy some evergreen plants to go in some of their outdoor boxes because the evergreens had dried up, and because we've had a really dry summer and they don't think about watering those things. And it was basically the potting soil, and there was like dust today when I was getting those plants out. And they're not cheap. They're like $12 a plant, and they had 4 boxes. I had to replace 3 plants, so it was only like 30. And I bought some potting soil, but I got to take that back tomorrow. Okay. So that reminded me of the receipt right there, Home Depot. I got a nice donation from Home Depot, a bunch of garden seeds that they have got a great relationship with one of the box stores. And we use them for the schools and spread them around. And I'm going to take some to Kentucky when I go to do my Nashville trip for Thanksgiving, and I've shipped them down to Texas before, and then a couple of different school systems here in Virginia. So I share them with anybody that likes garden seeds and that promises me that they won't resell them, and that when they plant the seeds, they do it with a kid, you know. So, all right. What else is going on? Anybody else have any comments on the chat? I'm at 50 minutes of just rambling. Oh, me. Does the clutter ever end? I feel like we're making some progress, and then I look and it's, what was that? Was it gremlins that grew all over the place? Oh, we also have about 800 bucks that we've got to burn, which I kind of hate that on before the end of the year for our flex spending, because we've got to use it or lose it. So I sold my mannequins. I don't know if you to two guys who were setting up the flea market. I was just glad to get them out. It was 50 bucks. But I've got to get some of my bigger pieces out. Some of my furniture and all that. So I don't know if I'm going to drop the price or I'm just going to maybe put it on Let Go or some other spots. Yeah, so I've got to figure out. I know Tiffany, you'd mentioned about notifications. I don't know what I'm doing. Do you have to notify through YouTube and then it sends out on ScreenYard or StreamYard or whatever? We're still low tech here. We're trying to figuring out a banner. I'm still trying to figure out how to edit videos on Filmora. But we will have Christmas and the holidays are going to be here in no time. You know, I'm already not getting ramped up for it, but I'm not a big, we're so materialistic here in America. I'm kind of over the gift giving lately. Man, in the old days, I'd be sitting here drinking a beer. If I drank it now, I'd be out. I need to be drinking iced tea. October 18th. Check that. So what else is going on? I'm trying to think of what else is going on. My buddy killed an aggressive snake. I think it was a rat snake. Not totally sure, but I think it was a rat snake. Kind of turned on him and kind of went after him. So he knocked it out. It's over at his mom's house. Hey, Joy, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Listening to the chat and all that. Hey, I've got some ideas on some T-shirts. I'd love to talk to you about it sometime. Because I know nothing about how to create those yet, but I'm always coming up with ideas. So one of my yard sales I went to, I think I mentioned this on another show. The lady actually has is putting her house up on the market, but the difference between the assessment of about 230,000, she's asking 315. And all right, I see that, Catherine and Christy. I'm gonna write that down. So 315. So it's too much wiggle room, too much room. I need to give her a call in the morning. Matter of fact, I'm gonna write that down on my list right now. Connie House. But I have first right on it. So she called me today. I've got to talk to her. I need to call my neighbor and see if the numbers work for him. I don't know if they will or not, but it's kind of neat. We researched the house. They bought the house back, I think, in the 80s for $55,000. And they're going to ask $315 for it. Go figure, huh? 55 to 315. Now that's what they're asking. That's not necessarily what they'll get, but I bet you it'll go for about 285, 290. And for me, that's just too. That's more of a livable house as opposed to investment house, because it didn't need any. It's got a new roof, new gutters. It's brick. They had new windows. Hardwood floors pretty much throughout the house, except for laminate in like the dining room and the kitchen, which I'm not a big fan. If you got hardwood, why didn't you go through the rest? But some granite or marble countertops, and what else? And she called it a finished basement. It wasn't a finished basement. It was encapsulated or whatever. So it wasn't livable space in the basement. So, all right, let me write that down. Do you get Catherine and Christy, do you get a referral code if you refer somebody to Teespring? I need to be putting this in my notebook, matter of fact, so I don't have to double copy it. Y'all know about my so I was writing the last note I wrote in here. Elra Elaine is in a lot of the chats and all that. She's my friend down in Florida. And she was talking about, I think her husband was in the Navy, and her last name was Freeman, and his name was Seaman Freeman. And then there was an Ensign Benson and Torpedo Man Beaver were two of the other sailor buddies or whatever. So, all right, let's see. HTTPS / / Teespring. You know, I had about a year ago put in to do merch because I had listened to Margaret, Texas Gal Treasures, back when I first was getting on YouTube and all that. And I think Lindy, too, was talking about doing merch on Amazon. And so I applied to do merch and didn't hear back, called in. They said, oh, it takes a couple months, wait for it. Waited a little bit. And then find out like a year later after I waited, they're like, oh, we never got your application. And I was just like, and then I lost interest. So I should have followed up on it. So, but yeah, isn't that funny, Christy? Seaman Freeman, Ensign Benson, Torpedo Man Beaver. I don't want to steal your material, Elaine, but it's pretty funny. I thought it was funny. So Destiny, I don't know if she's still in the chat or whatever. It's funny. It seems like half her videos lately have been by poolside. They had gone on like a little getaway vacation, and so I was a bad boy. I've been at. Oh, so you made some and you didn't sell any. That I think that's what I liked about the Amazon merch was you just basically came up with your design and then it was print on demand. I kind of like the idea, it's like you sell the shirt and then you print what's sold, so you don't get stuck with it. Oh my gosh, got all these extra little projects. So okay, so here's the here's Kendall's idea. And it's not new. I mean, people are doing it already, where you take the cork and then you take an eye screw. And the problem is you want a long lag screw. You don't want a short one. And so I'm having trouble finding I need at least 1.5 inches lag to screw down into the cork so it doesn't pull out. So I know, hey, Destiny, you were talking about you needed some guinea pigs or whatever. Yeah, so my let me write that down. I heard Tommy mention that today. I think it's funny you guys were doing your show and you were upstairs and he was downstairs or whatever. Let me write that down. The Bargain Effect at Gmail. Got it. All right. Yeah, what we was talking about, taking a used hoodie in good condition was just as good a value as a new T-shirt. And I'm a big fan of the older, thicker cotton T-shirts. I don't like the thin T-shirts because they show my man boobs, and I just don't like them. We get them at church, and I'm like, I don't wear them. I don't look like I'm part of the team because I don't like the thin shirts. I'll start wearing my thin shirt over another shirt now that's kind of getting cooler. The Bargain Effect at gmail.com. And I'm not sure if we're friends on Facebook, but we'll figure it out. So, matter of fact, I did when I was a manager at Fastenal Industrial Supply. I ended up getting some denim shirts at oh gosh, what was the name? Eddie Bauer. I think it was Eddie Bauer at the mall, which I don't even think they have Eddie Bauer stores at the mall anymore. But they were on clearance, and then I ended up getting the logo printed, Fastenal logo printed on the denim shirt, and then I ended up getting some like pullover, like golf looking pullovers, and I ended up putting Fastenal on there. And I ended up getting a lot of compliments on them. And some of the other stores were managers were, hey, where'd you get your stuff? So, but yeah, you're right, Glenn. The thin shirts, I don't know. It's almost like they're like a chamois. I'm just not a big fan. So I would rather, if I had to buy a shirt, I'd rather buy a better value shirt, that I'm going to wear and use, and pay a little extra. So it was cool today. I had a couple orders off of eBay, and I was dealing with the finger puppet issue, which I got solved, which was cool. I ended up shipping out Simpson finger puppets instead of superhero finger puppets, and the guy's going to be happy. And I've got it all documented in Messenger, so hopefully I know IND and all that. But I sold a box of complete set of like 1974 National Geographics. not a lot of money. I think I made, but it was like $14, and by the time I paid shipping, I maybe made $5 or $6. But it's better than putting them in the trash. And so we did. I got that shipped off, but Caroline took it to the post office. We missed it. She was there right at 5, but they lock up. They didn't know who she was. I've been in there after 5 and knocked on the door, and they've actually taken my stuff, which was cool. But so she came home. Of course, that was a little not so positive deal. I appreciate it. I just got hold my tongue, bite my tongue. So anyway, the Daryl, my mailman, I know, I was like flagging him down across the street, and he stopped and, all right, Mr. Mack, thank you. I didn't want to give it, She's like, well, you just give it to the mailman every day. Well, it was a big, heavy box of National Geographics. I didn't want to give it to the mailman. I like giving him, first class stuff, but the heavy stuff, I just don't want to be known as the heavy box guy. But he took it, and it was a good deal. Have any of y'all ever done arbitrage at Costco? I almost pulled the trigger on some headphones a couple months back, but then I realized the ones that I was comparing and the ones that that I was buying were two different sets. They were looking like it was like an $80 upswing, but then when I really looked at it, it was only like 24, and I didn't want to tie my money up in it. I think, if I remember right, that yeah, Destin, I saw that. Yep, I think you guys do a bunch of different stuff. So I'll call you. I'll call you and share my idea, and then just do a non-disclosure or whatever, and get some business going. Yeah. Oh, I see it in the chat now. Yep. So Ryan was talking about doing retail arbitrage at Costco. I have, matter of fact, and it's I'll share it with you. I bought some shiitake mushrooms, fried shiitake mushrooms. I didn't, honestly, I think I about broke even, maybe made $1 or $2. But I bought those mushrooms, and if I hadn't sold them, I would have eaten them myself. What I should have done is I sold the first bag pretty much right at cost. Maybe I made a little bit of money, and I should have gone up like $3 or $4. I'm playing with that glue that they put on the envelopes here. Look at how silly it looks on TV. And I should have gone up $4 or $5 once I realized that they would sell, but I didn't. And I think right now my only other item that I've got retail arbitrage from Costco is seaweed, dried seaweed. Again, I haven't sold it, but if I don't sell it, that's one of those weird, crazy snacks that I will eat. So that's that. So that's one of the things, like when I was like clothing, when I buy clothing a lot, I try to buy it my size or bigger, and then if I don't sell it, I can wear it. So that's that. Okay, let's see here. What's that, John? Here, let's highlight. Hold on a second. Let's go back over here. So for any of y'all that are just joining or watching the video or whatever, their Shamrock Pixie has gotten into, they're doing t-shirts, but not just clothing, but I think they're able to do decals, car decals, window decals, stickers, logos, and all that. Wow, look at your new hot Shamrock Pixie. It's almost like Tinkerbell. Destiny the Tinkerbell Shamrock Pixie. I like it. So check them out, man. I shop. If I can shop first thing and help out a fellow eBayer, I try to do it. It's like I was supporting that jewelry stuff that I'm ordering for Kindle. Oh man, all the charities are already sending out stuff for Halloween. these guys, they're here in Richmond. They're called the Good Samaritan Ministries, and they help a lot of guys that are homeless, dealing with addictions. And they, matter of fact, Wawa, I know Wawa, which is a gas station here that I always talk about with coffee. A lot of their surplus food is donated to Good Samaritan Ministries, which is great. There's a big, there's tons of food that are thrown away in America every day that should be redirected. And I wish there was like an out clause where lawyers couldn't sue. It's a junk, not necessarily junk mail, but it's kind of a lot of different statements and stuff. So, Caffeine Christie, where are you in the? I'm still learning, and hopefully I won't ask you again. But all right, what's this? My mom, who's in the nursing home, got a letter from the National Republican Congressional Committee because supposedly they need money. Impeach Defense Fund, gift needed. Basically, it's just going in the coffers to help the election. But I try to send, especially when I don't have to put a stamp on it, I put, hey, I'm in a nursing home. I don't really vote anymore. Please let somebody that's a responsible voter get this mailer. But I get frustrated with all the money that they spend on all these mailers. But I guess if they weren't making money, they wouldn't be sending it out. So thank goodness I'm not on those mailing lists right now. All right, what else is going on, you guys? Just sitting here going through mail. I actually, this is actually a working hangout. I could call this, sorting through mail as a working hangout for me. So everybody else is in bed. It's about 11 o'clock. Oklahoma. All right. Did you guys get any snow? I know the big blizzard's coming through. So like junk mail that I get, which I get State Farm a lot, if it's like empty back, I use the backs for my notes. So that's why I'm sticking this over in the save pile or whatever. Recycle, sort through. But I guess there's like a center of the country blizzard coming through this weekend. And it's kind of stalling and just dumping major snow. So Caffeine Christie is in Oklahoma. Oh, me. So, Caffeine Christie, have you ever been on a live? Have you ever come on a live show? Oh, all right, perfect. So it would be, if you're looking for size, it's probably going to be like a number 12. Number 12, and then it needs to be about 1.5 inches at least. So there is actually a reseller that actually sells the whole outfit on eBay. The cork, the eye screw, we'll figure it out. I did see some longer ones. They were just a little pricey, but like I said, I've been doing these home shows now, so I've got some repeat customers stopping by. I want to make sure that if we sell them something, I don't want a return. I want a referral for more. So here's some kind of cool artwork one of the kids did. Phase, festive. What are they spelling? Something. Phase. I actually like that kind of sorta. Can get on if you just like talking. I've had a few people come on and you don't have to turn your camera on, but you just talk, which is kind of cool. And then it's really not that bad. I mean, you see me. Just all gray hair guy. You know, I'm starting to get to that stage where it's like grumpy old man. I don't really act young, but I feel like I do grump some, you know. You just know what you got, man. What, you know. All right, let's see here. I got power bill. My neighbor just put solar panels on his house. He's got, I don't know if it's a federal law or state, but they're going to do they get 30% back on the expense of how much it costs to install it, and then they're going to save about $50 to $60 a month in their energy bill. Now the panels are on the house. I'm sitting here talking and I'm looking at the screen and doing paperwork, which I guess that's okay. They've got the panels on the house, but they do not have it hooked up yet. The county has got to come out and inspect it, and then after the inspection, then the Virginia Power Company has got to come out and hook it up. So he did not go with getting a battery because the technology, it just wasn't cost effective to get the battery to store any energy. But I think if he ever had enough energy to they would buy it back somehow. I don't understand the whole process, but I don't think he's going to replace 100% of his energy use. But he said that, you know, the numbers looked okay. All right, so these are all like different mutual funds, IRAs. That's a lot of these are my mom's stuff, and I think I've mentioned to her that she's in a nursing home. Oh man, so yeah, like I had fun with that credit card guy today. I've got to figure out maybe do a live during the day, and hopefully they call me, and we can mess around with them on a live show. There's actually people that have channels like Ira Rose and that do those lives and mess with the scammers. It's kind of funny. Yeah, I told the guy that I was headed, or that I had maxed out my cards at Walmart. And thank you for calling me, that I needed a friend. And the guy said, well, can I call you back? And so let's see what's up. Valley Star Credit Union. Honestly, I think I need to maybe close this account. I don't need this account anymore. I do need to hook my my Square credit card processor up to an account so I can get money out of the account. I think I've banked money in that account from my last 2 trade shows, and about 2/3, I guess, of my transactions are credit card. So what do we got going on here? I'm watching. Yeah, so it's like I've got my so let me get back up to that. That's smart. Let's see. So I'll show you, like I've got like a webcam thing, but I've got, so that's what I've got on top of my laptop covering the camera. And then my other camera that I've got, I've just pointed in the direction or pointed up to the ceiling or something like that in case if they ever access it. They don't need to be seeing what I'm doing. That's scary because they were talking about they could, like your TV, they could access the microphones on your TV, and of course, you know, you're tied into the media. Your social media and all that. They can track and tie all that down. I was telling my boys, not that they're going to get in trouble. I need a call on this account too. I think they said it wasn't enough in this account. Go figure. It started off with $4,000. It's down to like $1,000. I have to see what's up with that. But if they hadn't lost so much of the value of the account, it wouldn't be down that low. So you can always pop on another time. No worries. I'm just rambling. Like I said, I've got 5 people listening to me, which sometimes it's just nice to have background noise around. I think it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool that like Tommy and Tracy, they've got like an international show now. They've got followers from England and Australia, and getting their schedules around. So Christy, if you look at the bottom, if you're messing with StreamYard, you've got like your little toolbar at the bottom, and you can mute your voice. You can stop your cam. So like when you do go live, you just stop your camera, and that's when it goes black and it has a little circle in the middle. And then you can also mute yourself also. So if you ever did join a chat, you would join it. The person would link you into it. You'd pop up on the screen, or you would click that stop camera. You know, you could cover up your camera, of course, but you click stop camera and it's not going to broadcast you. So it takes a little bit of work because you got to open it in StreamYard, but then also I've got it running over on a separate YouTube, just to see what, you know, see the chat's more active over on the other on the YouTube side. So does that make sense? So yeah, it's like I haven't been to this buffet in Richmond in probably a year, and now in the last 2 weeks I've been 3 times. Teppanyaki. I need to switch back to the other. All All right, let's see what we've got here. The more I can go through now, the less I have to do later. Amazing amount of paper, man. All these statements. I don't know if they have technology now that I still old school. I tear the windows out. I take the staples out. So, question, would Captain D's honor this coupon? What do you think? What if I told you this was like 15 years old? Wonder if somebody would take that. I'm going to put it in my wallet and try. And not be a jerk about it if they don't take it. I still want to try to get my aunts in here sometime. I don't know. So like the buffet, I try not to eat any fried food. I'm eating the same thing. I try to go get like the calamari, the what's the stuff where they roll up? The sushi. They roll up in the rice and the seaweed, and I like the ginger root. Man, I pile that up. Man, I could eat that. That's just good. Dude, they have shrimp on the bar, and then I try to get some like the Hunan chicken, the peppered shrimp, or the peppered chicken, and the coconut shrimp. But it was, yeah, I'm eating more than I should. So today I went to Blaze Pizza. I went by the Sprint guy, and Steven, one of the guys, young kids that works in there. I said, hey, I'll take you to lunch. Come on, let's go. So he said, no, are you kidding me? Nope. I said, do it. So we went to lunch and had Blaze, and I got my $17 in points. So, yeah, I like more, I guess, calamari, and then we have ceviche, which, Christy, you're probably not, if you're not a fish person, but ceviche is a South American dish. It's kind of acidic cooking. So you, let me get a little drink here. So it's acidic cooking. So it's you juice up some limes, and then you cut up the fish or the shrimp, and you put it in a bowl, and you salt and pepper it. You put some cilantro on it, maybe some onions in there, and then you pour the lime juice over it. And the acid in the lime juice actually cooks the meat. So you might think it sounds really super gross, but it is really super good. I'm going to put it in the chat. I don't know if I'm spelling this right, ceviche, but you can look up recipes. And if you're worried about, like, if the recipe says, oh, let it sit, or, turn it or stir it, every 2 hours, and then let it sit in there for 6 hours. And you're thinking, oh gosh, I got to cook this. I got to cook it. Don't cook it. It's cooking in the acid. But if it tells you to sit for 6 hours and you're still worried about it, let it sit for 12. It's not going to hurt it. It might cook it more than you want it, but it'll take care of things. So, it's super healthy, and the kids love making it, and they love eating it. And I actually had some I would do, like when we had a holiday party for like our church group or whatever, we would I would make that sometimes, and one of my friends was like, "That's all they want for Christmas is ceviche." When I make ceviche, to share that. Man, I just want to surprise my wife and have it a little cleaned up a little bit. The house. So the pile is actually oh man, I'm starting to get tired. So like my fun gift, I've mentioned this before. Not that anybody's listening or whatever, but I'd love to get a 3D art pen to draw and doodle. I'm a big time doodler. Matter of fact, I can sit in class, or if I'm listening to somebody, if I am not doodling, I'm probably not listening. So, so Cooper had an art project the other day, and I was just doodling with him. That was my little doodle. That was a rough representation of John. I did the railroad track with the J, and then I did the tunnel as the O, and kind of H trees, and then the hoot owl up here in the tree. I ended up putting like a little N in the beaky area. But I was just sitting there trying to get him. I was telling him, you don't, when you've got like, of course, all art is kind of subjective anyway. It's not, who knows, but you can't wait till the last minute to do like your sketchbook. You got to just kind of work when it's the right time. So anyway, that's going to the recycle bin. Rag. Maybe we'll wash those. Wash those too. Let's see. So I've done real good since I've cleaned up the table. We've kind of kept it clean. So that's been kind of nice. Wonder if this Blaze receipt got scanned. I don't know. I don't even know where my phone is. Kindle probably took it. So Christy, what type of DIY do you do? Are you asking about scraps? Oh, everything? Yeah. So you saw like I'm kind of like a big, or I'd love to be uh crafter and all that. If I could get, I'm just like I've got too many irons in the fire. I feel like I'm cutting back on some of them, but I need to cut back on more. All right, here's a GameStop arbitrage ticket. $63 I got tied up on that. Have I sold it yet? No, ma'am. I'll sell it. I'm not worried about it. Holiday is coming up. Aldi's don't need it. I'll try to scan that ticket, maybe. Walgreens is one of my favorite places to go. Oh, cool. Purse. Here, I'll pop that up on there. This is silly. Like, this is my problem is I've got this stuff. I need to recycle it or I need to just throw it in the trash, but I know that it's got a little bit of a value and it could be recycled and I've got it laying on my kitchen table. Ridiculous. I actually like this for tearing off receipts. So I almost went dumpster diving today, but lately I've been like not that I have confrontation, but I'm just like I don't feel like dealing with confrontation, so I'm not necessarily going to do it. All right, 10-4, that's too late, and you got to redeem this within 2 days. Chick-fil-A coupon, get a free sandwich if I answer the survey. Didn't do it. Kohl's charge. I think that's my shoes, maybe. Thanks for hanging out, Christy. I appreciate it. So there was a cool YouTube video today about fixing holes in shirts and bras and underwear, and you kind of use the almost like a star pattern, and I wish I had marked it. It was really neat, kind of using thread and all that. That didn't even make sense what I was saying, but anyway, you understand what I'm saying. Maybe I'll check my INR. How exciting is that? $1 off at the Frog Store. October. I've got to use this. This is up to $10. This is a $10 coupon from Tyson's. I got to get that. I got to use that before it expires. Yeah, that's right. It was embroidery thread, and they took. I'm trying to think. They made like flowers and stars, and it was really cool. I think they did a heart on something, but all right, what did I do with my trash? Trash is right there. Target, what do we got? Meat planners. Do I keep my receipt? I don't need to keep it because it's not a resale. It's office supply. The only thing that would be is if it was a donation, which I don't know if it is or not. Gas, do I charge it? Yeah, it's Discover. Yep. So you've seen that video. Yeah, it was kind of cool. Now I just had to take the time to 9:10. Oh yeah, this is way old. So this was a book that I pulled out of the discard at the library. Irish Immigrants in America. And I need my kids to read this because we're part Irish. And we followed the rules to come to America. What a tough life, huh? Tough. 3-story pass, 43 choices, 15 endings. Huh. I'm going to actually have him read that to me. Wonder if he can take an IR test on it. So Walgreens is another one of my favorite, and I think the Bearded Picker is a favorite of Walgreens too. It's all about getting good relationships with some of the managers and all that. This was actually some baseball cards I just bought. What is this? Oh yeah, I gotta list that. That's the second thing is if I buy it, you gotta get it listed quick. Yeah, it's like you gotta learn that history. That's one thing why I disagree with all the school systems getting rid of all the textbooks. I mean, textbooks can be changed, but you can change history with the push of a button on the internet, and that really scares me. So I hope some people keep books, even if it's just your type of book. You got to keep it because the people in power can change history real quick. Oh. I don't see how Tommy and them they've been on 118 minutes. I think the longest I've ever done live is like 4 hours. That's a long time. Oh my gosh, Joy. So you're Christy, you're Mountain Time, I guess, aren't you? So you're at what, 9:33? You know, you work on your reseller numbers. I'd like to average about, it's averaging about 2.3 or 2.4 sales a day. It's gone down from there, but it's all me. It's all my fault. Nobody else's fault. I got to do the work to get the numbers back up. And then start getting the big stuff out. It's not even worth battling some of these old cards. Where did I get these cards? They're like lawyer cards. I don't even remember why I had those. Central Time. Okay. So you put the Walmart check number on redial and do a lot of them. Just put them aside. So Christy, do you have any use, not necessarily for like gift cards like this, because I used to grab these. I actually think these came out of the dumpster, but I've got a bunch of just Visa, Amazon cards that have never been used, that haven't been activated. Do you have any crafts for those that you could use? Because I've got a bunch I'm about ready to just throw back in the dumpster. I can't save everything. I gotta let some of this stuff go. Well, I never have a lot, but you can. All right, you never have a lot of what? Have an amazing night, everyone. I have to head to bed. Destiny, I hope you haven't been sitting here listening to this chatter. Have 2 lives in the morning, one on the Norgis R channel and then Tommy's channel at 9 a.m. So Norgis starts at 8:30, I think, because we did a Walmart gift card ship. We've got buses. The kids go out like right at 8:35, and the bus doesn't come till 8:52, but they like playing at the bus stop. But I'll probably join you on Norgis maybe sometime. And we'll figure it out. Destiny, I want to figure out some shirts and all that. So cool. Say hi to Tommy. Hang in there, Chris. Yeah, I'm going to probably try to do like 2 hours. I've got, matter of fact, I don't know if you remember the pile that we started off with over there, but it's We've actually got the pile down a little bit. All right, so I'm going to go let me go drop some of these recycles off. Oh. That, good thing I checked that. All right, so that's recycle. This is trash. This is shred. Thanks, Destiny. Bye-bye. Night-night. Looks like I'm drinking a lot, but all it is Aldi's carbonated water. So my hand's dirty because I was doing those planter boxes today at the restaurant. All right, what else we got going on? What else? Get the. I guess we organize these receipts real quick. Starting getting cold. I'll probably crack a window. I like the house getting a little chilly. Oh, maybe I'll do my INR. Yeah, there we go. So we'll pop that. Let me pop this up for you. Oh, I got all those papers over there. Maybe I'll do that. Do I want to do that or do my INR? Hey, let's do my INR. I guess you can do that, right? Are you allowed to do like a finger prick? Did everybody leave? Everybody go on? I'm really liking that logo, though. This is cool. My thing is a minute. Okay, let's do my INR. I'll be back in a second. All right. Oh my gosh. So the reason I have to do this is because I have a heart valve, and INR is the clotting factor. I was like, oh, I hope I have my. So I have a little machine that like supposedly shoots the needle into your finger to like draw the blood. Again, I don't know, I'm being cheap or whatever. My insurance pays for new little lancets, but I just have some and I just poke myself. I kind of have a little bit of hesitancy, but I end up doing it. So I end up doing the little alcohol on my finger. And while that's drying, I put my, it's like a high dollar test strip, I guess, that goes in the little machine. And it'll tell me when it's ready to read. Let's see what it does. So fingers ready. And once it's, I'm waiting for it to like calibrate or whatever, and then it'll say, all right, I got 179 seconds to take the test. So then I have this, and I just go, bam, poke it, and get a little blood on my finger. All right, can y'all see that? And then I just lean it over here. And knock on wood. Gosh, it went through. Okay. So I clean the spot off. That's good. Now it's reading the thing. I throw this away. .3. So now I'm low. I need to be 2.5 to 3.5. But that being said, I actually, at least I tested, because normally I don't test. So let's see. So that's good, because I'm supposed to like be doing it like every week, and I don't do it every week like I should. 10:10, 11:39. 2.3. So I got to call this in, and then they send me a letter out, and maybe adjust my my Coumadin or whatever. So let's see. What should I say? That link, if a lot of Josh, is kind of a new morning show with the 3 Joshes. Yeah, so I haven't, I kind of saw them, Suburban Beard, a lot of Josh, and Harry Tornado, and they're all named Josh. I saw that. So I guess there's been some moving around in the different shows and drama. I'm not into the drama. I think most people aren't, and things get out of context and this and that. All right, so I need new test strips. So these containers are kind of cool. Kind of clean those up. But anyway, all right, so you guys just saw me do an INR. And I just need to call it in. I got to find my phone. I think Kendall took it. Most of the time when I'm on a live, she does take my phone. So, Christy, are you Indian? You talk about immigrants. I guess we came and took your country some. Your ancestors. My mom's name was Sue. She was nowhere had any Indian blood in her, but she would always claim that she was had Indian. She was Indian. Sue, how well do you do? Taking the label off this container. Yeah, I gotcha. I know. That's why I just like kind of hang out and I don't know. All the I don't know. It's almost like I don't even want to hear about it, but it's like almost better than Jerry Springer. We're just trying. I guess some of this reselling's kind of lonely, and this YouTube's kind of a nice environment to just kind of get on and chat and kind of have some interaction, and you take out of it what you want. Some of it's entertainment, some of it has value, some of it you have to pay for. I'm not a big pay for guy because most time if I pay for something, I don't haul off and do nothing anyway. But then like a gym, if I paid for gym membership, I definitely would use it. All right. Uh-oh, we went over 2 hours, Christy. Hey, are you okay to let's see, the joke is if I bleed, I'm not Indian anymore. All right, so you're like, do you have just a little bit? I tell you that the Indian picture that I always remember, and it's not of Indians, but it's the stack of buffalo skulls next to the railroad tracks where they had hunted so many buffaloes. It was like a mountain. And it just, I mean, gosh, man, how could you do that? Just hunt for sport, I guess, and just not use it. And the Indians, my gosh, this was like their Mother Earth. I talk about Peru a little bit because I've got a project down in Peru, and they're tied to the Mother Earth and Earth energy and the sky and the wind, the mountains, and all the symbolism and all that. And the Indians had a lot of that. And I don't know. Today is just we take all that for granted. We don't take care of our Earth like we should, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Super sad, super sad. So, Christy, you're special. Your ancestors and you and gosh, that's pretty cool. Super cool, matter of fact. So, I'm getting all sorts of different friends. Pretty neat, pretty neat. All right, so I'm gonna finish cleaning off this table and hit my Friday with a run and start. Hope I made some good. I may pop over to Tommy and Tracy's to see what's going on, see if Bum Crack's on. But I thank you guys for hanging out. If you're watching this at a later date, please leave a comment. Let us know where you were here. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Any content you want to see. This is just like a life, Dad's Vintage Garage channel. But it's your channel because if it wasn't for you guys watching and listening, it makes it all worthwhile when we have friends on board with us. So, Christy, thanks so much for hanging out tonight. Please come hang out some more. And I'm speaking that I will speak to you in person sometime on a live. We don't even have to go camera-wise, but just come chat. I'd love to talk to you, learn about some more history, talk about your collections, crafting, all that. I've got a couple craft projects on the radar. I want to do the cork one where we're doing the keychains with Kindle, and then I want to do a quick ring case with a Melissa and Doug tray, and then I still have to do that bottle tree video. So. All right, so I'm going to sign out from Richmond, Chesterfield, Virginia. It's 11:51 on a Thursday night. Thank you guys for coming by and putting up with me and helping me clean my desk off. It's awesome, man. I'm going to start the weekend with a clean kitchen table. So good night, everyone. Thank you. Bye, Christy.